How's it feel to be home again?
Well, Mom,
Well,
I'm tired.
well,
I'm exhausted, really.
why not? After a little face-off with death you had, I mean, that could take a lot out of a person.
Yeah.
But hey, you got up, you walked out of there.
Well, it's only a step or two.
Well, one small step for Luna, one giant leap for the rest of us. Listen, why don't I'll go get the bed ready.
In the guest room.
Ronnie, you're back.
Hey, sugar, how are you?
Hey,
It's so good to see
careful,
you.
Careful, be careful. Luna's had a very rough day, okay?
This means you guys are married again. And you're here to stay. And you're never gonna leave, right?
Oh, the phone is always ringing at the most inopportune moment. I'll be just a second.
Hello?
Dorian. It's Kevin Buchanan. Is my brother Joey there?
What would make you think such a thing?
Look, Dorian, it's a family matter. It's very important I speak with him. Will you put him on, please?
I'm sorry. I haven't seen him for days.
You do still care, don't you?
I'm sorry, I have to go.
Tell me that you don't. Tell me that you don't care.
Of course I care. As a friend. Goodbye, Vicky.
You okay?
Yes, Kevin is with Jessica. I have to find them.
Beverly is waiting for me. Excuse me.
General, Beverly can wait. We have to get something straight between us.
Dad's been bringing in flowers every day. He says it reminds him of you.
Listen, Al, I know you're excited, but let's give Luna a chance to get used to being home, okay?
Well, I'm just really glad to see you smiling again, honey. That's all right.
Everybody's smiling, 'cause you're back. Oh, and Grandma Renee called. She said you could walk again.
Oh, well,
She said Dad saved you from that elevator. Dad's still the best, isn't he? And you love him again, don't you?
Al, come on. Let's give Luna a chance to breathe here, okay? And besides, I'd like a little bit of time to talk to her right now, okay?
Why can't I stay? I love her too.
Alonzo Holden.
Well, you know, Al, I got a favor to ask of you. You remember that crystal, my favorite one I wore all the time? I
Yeah.
lost it, honey, I did. And I think it's going to take a real special person to find my special crystal. You think you could help me out?
Don't worry, Luna. I'll find it.
Well, thank you, Mr. Holden. I appreciate that. You know what? You are the best. I'll see you later, Cedric.
Well, you haven't lost your touch.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go on to bed. I'm kind of tired, so...
I learned a lot from you. The way you can look up at a star or look at a crystal you're holding in your hand and see some meaning, see some hope.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm a sucker for signs. I look for them even when they're not even there.
There. Look what happened tonight in the elevator. That had to be a sign.
Max, that was just a problem with the circuit and the wiring.
No. It was much more than that. My teacher, Luna Moody, taught me that accidents don't just happen.
Well, she sounds like an airhead to me.
No, actually, she's a very wise person. Trouble is, she's begun to doubt her power. Well, maybe that's because she lost her magic crystal. Now, see, I can understand something like that because I lost something very important to me, too. I lost my wedding ring.
You didn't lose it, Max. You threw it away. Took it off your finger and you threw it on the floor, remember?
I'll never forget. And I'll never forgive myself. All I can ask now is to have the ring back so I can put it on my finger where it belongs. You have the power to help me, Luna. What do you say? Can I have my ring back?
Well, listen, Dorian. If you do happen to hear from my brother tonight, will you send him home right away? Yeah, we need him.
Kevin, why were you calling Dorian?
Oh, Mom, I was
You were looking for Joey. I know that. I heard that. What makes you think Dorian would know where he is?
Well, Joey says that they're friends, whatever that means.
Friends? Who? Joey and Dorian are friends?
Mom, it's no big deal. Joey's done a lot of housework, handyman work for all sorts of people.
Kevin, Joey's always over at our house. It's like...
He did some house painting for Dorian. He knew you wouldn't like the idea, so he didn't tell you.
What else didn't he tell me?
There's nothing else to tell. Look, Mama, I know you're upset about running into Sloan. And why don't we just go home?
Kevin, what else don't I know about Joey and Dorian?
Nothing. He did a little work for her, that's all. Okay. It's like Jess says. He's been spending a lot of time over there. A little too much, if you ask me.
Now then, where were we?
Who was that on the phone? It was David, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It was... Never mind. Why don't we just get back to what we were doing? Hmm?
Oh, I had no idea how late it was.
It's not late. The night is still young. So's the music, the moonlight.
You don't understand. I was supposed to meet Kevin and Jessica at the country club. We were going to surprise my mom with a wedding gift, this photo album we put together.
Your mother is very fortunate to have such a loving son. One who is capable of changing his mind and wishing his mother happiness.
Well, she deserves to be happy, doesn't she?
Oh, yes. Despite all of the differences that we've had, I wish her a very long and happy life with Sloan. As for Sloan, I have always had my doubts about him. I think that he twisted your mother's mind against me, got her to accuse me of murdering Victor Lord. Yes, indeed, I still have nightmares about that dark, dank cell on death row.
That's over now.
Is it? You know, prison robs you of a lot of things. Your dignity, your self-esteem, your youth.
No. You know, you have the most beautiful hands.
You don't have to say that.
I mean it. Dorian, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever known.
She began treating him as her personal designer. I told him to watch out, but that just made him more defensive, so of course he started spending more time over there. I can't help but think that he's not just there to pick out fabric, Mom.
Kevin, are you Joey and Dorian? Oh, that's gross.
Yes, well, I have another word for it. Kevin, would you please see that Jessica gets home safe?
Mom, where are you going?
Where am I going? I'm going to have a little chat with your ex-grandmother, Dorian.
Okay, fine. Great. I think that's a great idea. But tomorrow, the next day, I think you're too upset.
Tonight, Kevin. Tonight. My whole world is falling apart. I'm not going to let Dorian do any more damage.
Mom.
I sent Beverly home in a cab. So, you have my undivided attention.
Well, General, I believe I owe you an apology.
What do you want?
The truth. I know that you lied to Vicky about being in love with another woman. Beverly Crane is just a friend to you.
Well, I don't know where you got an idea like that.
General, the truth. The truth that you're afraid to tell Vicky. You're dying. Aren't you?
Hey. Oh. Hey. Look, I got off the plane. They said the commissioner wanted to see me. Is that breaking the rape case?
No, sorry, we don't have anything on that right now. I want you to drop your bag over here and let's go grab a couple of plates of spaghetti at Luigi's. I'll fill you in on everything that's happened. We don't have to talk about it here, Hank.
It's my brother. RJ's been into something since I've been gone.
Look, I had Officer Harrison do some checking on your brother. Andy, could you join us over here, please? You know the district attorney?
Oh, Mr. Gannon, welcome back.
Thanks, Andy, but let's cut to the chase, huh? What have you got on my brother?
Look, Hank, we really don't have to talk about it at the police station.
Isn't this where you discuss criminals? All of those days I spent in Chicago, nobody wanted to talk about RJ. I mean, his boys on the streets were positively mute on the subject. I talked to cops. I talked to parole officers. I talked to relatives, my Aunt Lorraine, and nobody has seen him or heard from him since he left prison.
Better sit down, Hank, because we've uncovered some surprises about your brother, and I don't think you're gonna like them.
Rachel. RJ lied to both of us when he first came to town. He gave us a false name and a phony story about where he was
RJ
coming
had just
from.
gotten out of prison. He was afraid. He didn't trust anyone.
Oh, and we're supposed to trust him.
Listen, he desperately wants to be part of this family, but he can't do it alone. He needs help. I mean, if we don't trust him, who will?
I don't blame you, Sheila. Given my history, I wouldn't trust me either.
Sheila didn't mean anything by that, RJ.
Yes, she did. That's cool, Rachel. It's up to me to prove myself.
I'm just looking out for Rachel. You understand.
Of course I do. Rachel is a precious young woman. I used to be angry all the time, but now I'm going to spend my life trying to make up for my mistakes.
I believe you. And so does Sheila. Don't you, Sheila?
Maybe she wants to, but her first loyalty is to Hank. And I can respect that. But I've known Hank a lot longer than you have. I know how unforgiving he can be.
Mm-hmm. Well, Hank has some strong values.
Yes, he does. But isn't loving your flesh and blood an important value? I mean, think about it, Sheila. Maybe the brother with the problem here isn't me. It's Hank.
I hate to disappoint you, but I'm not ready to die. I'm planning
General,
a long
save
life.
it. Do you think I've been chasing stories all these years and haven't gotten smart enough to know when I'm being stonewalled? Now, Dr. Larry Wolick did his damnedest to try and back up your story. But he gave it all away. When I told him that I had slugged you and knocked you down, he blew up over the target. He reacted as if I'd killed you.
And that led you to the theory that I'm dying?
Beverly Crane reacted the same way. So did Cassie. Now I ask you, why would everyone get so wound up about me tagging you one time on the jaw? Well, the explanation
I don't
seemed
have to discuss my medical condition with you, do I?
No, you don't. You know, if I were you, I'd probably react the same way. I'd tough it out. I'd play the strong, silent type. You know, it's my problem, nobody else's. But you're wrong, General. It isn't just your problem. It's Vicky's problem, too.
Well, you've concocted quite a scenario here.
General, I'm really sorry. I'm really very sorry. It's a tough break. But it still doesn't give you the right to put Vicky through a living hell, and that's where she is right now. She's in a living hell because of your lie.
If you think I've stopped caring about
I don't. I know that you care about her. I know that you care about her. After what she's gone through, she gave up everything for you, even her old family. You'd be a damn fool not to love a woman like that. Now, I know you, General. You think you're doing the right thing. You think you're doing the noble thing, but you're wrong. And I can't stand by and let Vicky go through another minute of this hell, of letting her suffer one more minute. So I ask you, do I have to tell her, or will you?
You kept it. You could have thrown it away,
Like you did.
like I did. I'm not going to deny it. I was a total idiot. The gambling thing was eating me alive. I admit it. It's just a battle I lost.
Yeah, for a while.
Luna, we can't keep focusing on this one little piece of our past, not if we're going to find a way back together. Can we try and look at some of the other things that have happened to us? I mean, some of the times we've been connected, so connected it was like magic. We knew where to be, when. We connected, we knew.
Yeah, we did have magic, didn't we?
Can we try and see those times? Can we try and see past the pain and the regret? Can we try to see some of the things we've been through? See them the way Al sees them? Like a fairy tale with a happy ending? Like that night at Raven Point when your life was on the line.
I could never
Maybe we're both fools. Fools for love. Maybe that's why we belong together. Because no matter what anyone else thinks, we used to trust, remember, Luna? Now, don't worry.
Oh, I'm not worried, honey. I'm not worried.
Good. Here we go.
Oh, my God. Is one ever going to make it?
Oh, I thought for sure we were going to fall.
We didn't. Something always catches us. Something always holds us together. No matter how far apart we are, even when everyone else gives up, we don't.
Oh, my goodness. You found me.
And tonight, when you were trapped, and there was no way out, we found a way. We found a way.
Yes! I knew you could do it, Nico. Hold on. Hold on tight. Okay, here we go.
We proved it time and time again. Nothing is stronger than our love for each other, not even death. I would die for you, Luna. But I can't make you trust me again. That's a leap you will have to make yourself. All I can do is promise that if you put that ring back on my finger again, I will never take it off again.
It's all in there, including sworn depositions from clients that borrowed money at exorbitant rates.
Brother RJ's been living a double life since he got out of prison, Hank. To Sheila and Rachel, he's just good, old, honest RJ. Working hard for a bread company, living modestly in some cheap motel. He's just Mr. Clean. But the flip side to that is Jimmy Glover, the loan shark, living a lush life in a suite at the Palace Hotel.
In a few months, he managed to make himself a major player in the underworld. We put a tail on him, and...
Hank, look, I hate to be the one to break the news to you, but now that you know, it's your call.
There's just one call, Bo. To a judge for a warrant for R.J. Gannon's arrest.
I know Hank can be judgmental at times, but that's because he cares about the law. Sheila, you're the one that's always saying that there's two sides to everything. Well, I think that RJ has the right to be heard, and he's earned the chance to prove himself. And if his own brother won't let him do...
Honey, what can I do?
You can be a go-between. You're like a family mediator. I mean, after all, when you marry my dad, Uncle RJ here is going to become part of your family, too. Whether my father likes it or not.
Well, when you put it that way.
Hey, man, I've been looking everywhere for you.
I'm busy right now. Call me tomorrow.
No, now. I'm desperate, and you know why.
Joe, really, you're a natural. You have an ease and grace when you dance. Most men are so mechanical on the dance floor.
Oh, I don't know how graceful I am, but you sure do make it easy. Make everything easy. Working here, it's not even work. I mean, I get up in the mornings, and I just can't wait to... I sound like a big, dumb, goofy kid, don't I?
No, you sound just like me. In the morning when I wake up, I can't wait to hear your car on the driveway.
What is going on here?
Love will be ours.
For advice about cholesterol,
I believe that you die for me. I do. But I don't need that kind of sacrifice. I need to be able to get through the day knowing you're going to be there waiting for me at supper. And when I get in bed at night and when I wake up the next day.
I will, I promise.
Well, you can promise till the cows come home. But something fundamental got broken, and all the heroics and all the memories are not going to be able to put it back together again.
What will? Whatever you say, I'll do it.
But that's not for me to tell you. It's for you to find it. I mean, a man that is so much in love and so happy, how he could gamble it all away on cards and dice and another woman.
Lena, I've spent every waking moment since then trying to figure it out. And I'm willing to spend the rest of my life
well,
making
it's not
this up
just
to
you. You know, I've got to deal with my own insecurities. Even before we said I do, I had this awful feeling something bad was going to happen, and maybe my fears made it come true.
I'm scared of. When I married you, I had everything I ever wanted in my life, and that terrified me. I said to myself, this is it. This is your life, Max. No more changes. No more thrills. No more...
Danger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's funny because I think loving somebody is the most dangerous thing you can do. It's the biggest risk. It's the biggest gamble.
And I know that now.
You say so. But I used to take for granted that we shared the same feelings, that my thoughts were your thoughts, that my feelings were your feelings.
They still are. The magic is still there. We proved that tonight. You wouldn't have let me... You wouldn't have trusted me to get you out of that elevator if it wasn't still there.
You're right, I trust you to save my life. But do I trust you to be there in 10 years with me in old rocking chairs in front of a fire if another Blair Dangler comes along?
Look, I'm with my family right now, okay? Call me tomorrow.
No, tomorrow's too late now.
Is there a problem?
No, nothing I can't handle.
Look, you can't cut me out, man.
Not so loud.
All right, look, I need another 10 grand tonight, or I'm a dead man.
Okay, okay. I'll get you the money.
Good, when?
Meet me in 20 minutes at the Palace Hotel. Okay, and it's gonna cost you 5 more points.
Oh, my God, you are one real... What's my choice?
You have none. Now get lost.
Your friend appears to be in some kind of trouble.
Sheila, it's none of our business.
No, Sheila's right. Yeah, I can't help but reach out to the guy since we graduated together.
He was in prison with you?
Yeah, see, some guys get lucky on the outside. They find a friend or a relative that'll stick by them, but, well, he wasn't so lucky. Now he's drinking, he's about to lose his job. I can't just abandon him.
No, of course you can't.
I knew you'd understand. Look, I'm sorry about dinner, but he's a real mess.
Don't worry about it. Go. Go help your friend.
Thanks, Rach. Night, Sheila.
Sheila, how can you say you can't trust him? What more can RJ do to prove what kind of man he is?
This is Quozo. Tell the commissioner I think we just struck pay dirt.
Well, you got your story.
I'm really sorry, General.
Sorry's not going to change anything. Flint, I can't tell you what to do, but I can ask you to respect my wishes. One favor. If you're going to tell Vicky that I'm dying, let me first leave town with Beverly.
Sloan, do you know how unfair that is? Don't you think Vicky has a right to know?
Vicky has a right to a full, productive life. You know her. She'll forget about her personal needs, and she'll pour every ounce of energy and compassion into nursing me.
Yes, because she loves you.
Let me take that knowledge to my grave. It would break my heart to see her love turn to pity, and the pity turn into a long, painful vigil that could sap the life out of her. Would that be fair to her? I'm asking you to let her make the break. Now, let her go back to what she had. Isn't that what you want?
Vicky, I know this may look a bit awkward, but while you've been out of town, Joe and I have discovered that we have a great deal in common. Things Italian and such, and as our work progressed, we indulged in some of our other interests.
Oh, did you?
Food, music, dancing. Joe's a quick study. Why, in just a few short lessons.
Lessons? He doesn't need any lessons from you. Take your hands off my son.
Mom, no, wait a minute. Now, you're making it sound as if we're doing something
Joey,
wrong.
I will discuss this with you another time.
My name is Joe. I'm not a baby anymore. I live my own life, and I make my own friends.
You think of this woman as a friend?
This woman treats me like a man. A man with taste and judgment and ideas.
Have you forgotten who she is and what she has done to me, to our entire family?
If you want to have this stupid feud with her, then you go ahead, but you leave me out.
Joe, it might be better if you left now.
No way she can't walk in here.
As a favor to me, I just want to talk to your mother and see if I can straighten out this misunderstanding. Please. Please, I just think it would be better if we talked alone.
Okay. I'll be in touch.
Joe.
You have a very dear son. You should be very proud of
Oh,
him.
stuff it, Dorian. Now, why don't you tell me what exactly you are up to?
If I am up to anything, perhaps I'm trying to fill the void you left behind. You've been so preoccupied with your own life, you have failed to see the man your son has become.
And you are the expert on Joey.
Joe. He wants to be called Joe, like his father, Joe Riley, whom he resembles in many ways. And yes, I am an expert on talent and ambition, and Joe has both. So, I'm not going to apologize for encouraging him. It's all been terribly innocent, despite your implications.
I'm not implying anything. I'm telling you flat out that what you are doing with my son is wrong.
I have not done anything. You have my word.
Well, we all know what your word is worth, don't we, Dorian? But mine is bankable, so you take this to the bank. I will not let you use Joe, for your own twisted reasons, whatever they may be. Unlike you, he is innocent. And by God, he's going to stay that way.
It's difficult to admit, but in spite of everything that's happened, there's a part of Vicky that's never stopped loving you.
Sloan, we have a history. And you don't wipe all that away just because some judge says you're divorced. But, yeah, she cares for me.
She loves you. I saw it with my own eyes when she was in the hospital. Other times, whenever there was a family crisis, the way the two of you would rally together.
That was because of the children.
It was because of a bond based on love and respect. And if I were blessed with another 100 years with Vicky, there's one thing I know. Her feelings for you would never die. Nor would your feelings for her. Well, I don't get 100 years. I don't even know if I get 100 days. Why should I spend them making Vicky miserable?
She's miserable now.
She'll get over it. If we let her believe that I fell in love with someone else, she'll be hurt, yes, angry, but she'll get over it. And in time, she'll turn to the man who's always been there for her, who's always loved her. Be honest. I'm asking you to be honest with yourself. Isn't that best for everyone?
What have you got, Gina?
It's going down right now.
Hey, man, what took you so long? What do you like to see me sweat?
You know, this type A behavior isn't good for you. You need to stop. Smell the roses.
No. What I need is the 10,000 bucks. Where is it?
Offer the man friendship. All he wants is a cash. Story of my life. But not so fast. Sign for it first.
You want it in blood, I suppose.
Indelible ink will do.
Hey, who do you think you are?
Well, he thinks he's the district attorney. I think I'm the commissioner of police. I don't know. Call us crazy, but maybe we're the real thing. Would you like to stick around and find out?
The door's over there, pal, and I suggest you use it.
What is this all about?
This is about the Pennsylvania statute against wrongful credit practices. This is about criminal usury. This is actually about the second oldest profession, loan sharking. And I'm sure the state of New Jersey would be very interested in this too, because those folks have been wanting to talk to Jimmy Glover for a long time now.
Is that what this... Hank, look, I know I used the name Jimmy Glover when I first came to town, but I didn't know there was some other guy using the name. He's the one...
Nice try. So what's this, huh? Crumbs from your bread truck delivery?
Got it all figured out, huh, Hank?
I got you. I got you, RJ. Read him his rights.
R.J. Gannon, you're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent, refuse to answer questions. Anything you do say may be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult an attorney before speaking to the police and have an attorney present during the questioning, now or in the future. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you without cost.
I used to think that reality was second-rate and that I had to fill every moment with dreams and with adventures, but that was before I met you.
Oh, then goodbye dreams, huh?
No, just the opposite. After marrying you, after sharing my life with you, that was the best dream that could ever come true for me. And every day after that was an adventure.
Oh, then why?
Fear. I mean, don't all bad things happen because of fear? I mean, when you're having a wonderful dream, what is it you're most afraid of?
That it will go away when you wake up.
That's what happened to me. That was me. And because I couldn't wait for it to happen, I made it happen. But now that I have dealt with that fear, it's gone.
How can you be so sure?
You have my word.
You gave me your word before.
And I broke it. But I didn't break the bond between us. That is still there. That will always be there.
What am I thinking right now?
Sorry?
If that bond is still there between us, you'll know what's on my mind and you'll know what's in my heart. What is it, Max?
I can't.
Well, then I'm right. The bond is broken.
No, it's not. It is still there. And I can't see into your mind because you won't let me.
Oh, well, then it's my fault. Everything's my fault.
No, it is your fear. And I know why you have it, but please, Linda, please, we're so close. Closer than we've been in a long time. Please, don't pull back now.
You left. It hurt. You pull away when somebody's hurting you. And it is very scary to come back. I'm sorry. Good night, Max.
The bond is still there, Luna. You'll see.
Dad.
Give you a lift back to Grandpa's?
No. Thanks, Kevin. Why don't you go on home and take Jessica with you? I got some thinking to do, and I think I can do a better job of it here than I could at Aces, where everything's going on.
It's Mom, isn't it? I think of her as so strong, you know? Now, after what Sloane's done to her, breaking her heart this way. I don't know, is there anything we can do to help her, you think?
There's only one thing that can help your mother. And that's the truth.
Come on, we're late. I'll give you a ride.
Most moms don't have a lot of time in the